Excellence installations is something that is going to be a game changer for the world, because I know that the AI revolution is coming and it's going to probably take over the world, but I don't think it can be as evolved as humans are if we give humans a chance to activate all of the superior capabilities that we are born with. And excellence installations is a way for you to have accelerated evolution. A lot of people come here to learn what we do, and one of the things that we teach people is, how do you know what's going to happen in a person's evolution? Because over the last 10 years, so many things have happened in the world. We've gone through the pandemic, then we went through wars, then we went through financial changes. And for a lot of families, there's been a lot of stress, a lot of challenges. As humans, we're so resilient. We have this incredible ability that we could face like the most terrible situations in life, and then we come out of it, and at some point it is as if nothing happened. And excellence installation is something that Harini and I really think is going to be a game changer for the world, especially because the artificial intelligence is really growing at a speed that is unbelievable. The innovations every 4 years is exponential, and we have not even hit the ceiling of what is possible with computing powers, and we haven't even jumped all the curves that we already know are possible. Like, computer processors haven't yet moved to optics, and yet the artificial intelligence is so powerful. It's unbelievable where we would be 10 years from now. And I really think that there's going to be a future where either your children or your grandchildren is going to come and say, you know, everybody in the school is wearing this chip. It makes them think faster, think smarter, and have full control over their emotions. But why am I like this? I feel sad. I feel lonely. Can I get one chip inserted into my brain? No, you don't have to. You have excellence installations. So Harini and I really believe that you could evolve the human potential. It's incomparable. Even a single cell in your body is more complex than a grid of supercomputers that are connected together. And we're just beginning to find out how much flexible and resilient we are as humans, because your gene can change how it functions based on the light you're exposed to, based on the emotions that you're exposed to, based on the people that you're exposed to. And that's how advanced we are. And science is just beginning to figure out just the beginning of it. So I know that the AI revolution is coming, and it's going to probably take over the world, maybe like Terminator. It's going to be like faster, stronger, but I don't think it can be as evolved as humans are if we give humans a chance to activate all of the superior capabilities that we are born with. A lot of people come here to learn what we do, and one of the things that we teach people is, how do you know what's going to happen in a person's evolution? And we call this as predictive intelligence. In the early days, when we were teaching predictive intelligence, we found out that people used to be scared of what's going to happen for their family members, because someone can see that this person is going to get a heart attack because they're on the trajectory of stress. Another person could see that this person's marriage is going to fall apart. The person going through the situation is not able to feel it because it's not hot enough. It's changing slowly. So then we realized, oh, predictive intelligence is not good unless you have all the other abilities together, the ability to change people, the ability to install capabilities, the ability to manage your own emotions so you can know and still stay calm. Evolution can be a little transformation. You know, if you have to take a cycle, it becomes a car when there's a whole setup of things that are changing with it. I was watching this documentary about leadership. There was this man who's trained like more than 1 million leaders around the world. He says some people have a leadership list. If their leadership is this much, even if you give them a team of 1,000 people, combined leadership is capped there. He says in his lifetime of work, he found out that the lid does not change. Now, when we talk about evolution, we're talking about changing that lid. Excellence installations is a way for you to have accelerated evolution. So instead of the lid changing every 20 or 30 years, what if it changes every 2 or 3 years? That's evolution. And if that can happen every 2 years, you can start designing. And now that you're building, and there's a technology for excellence installations to accelerate personal evolution, instead of it happening once in 20, 30 years, it can happen every 2 years. You can start designing trajectories. What if there is an intelligence in you that controls all of your other systems, and we can influence that system. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Now, we came up with the idea that there is emergence system, an emergent system which is in charge of taking care of how the rest of the systems come together, how they coordinate and how they function. And installations is the art of how do you influence this system. And Harini and I believe we are like installation artists, and we are evolution scientists because we track when you evolve someone, how does it change the trajectory? When you install capabilities, how do they evolve? We track this. We have over like 2 million data points over the last 10 years. And what is more interesting for Harini and me, and this is the science of evolution, is that it's magical to get over limitations. Oh, someone was angry for like 20 years and you got them just changed like that. Great. But what's it going to do for them over 10 years? What's it going to do for them in 2 years? The idea is not just fixing limitations, but how does that new ability empower the person across the next year? That's the science. And that's evolution. Because what happens is when people have new capabilities, they have new opportunities in life. And a lot of people who come to UP and they say, we got promotion and double promotion and our money is doubled. It's the same story every time. You go find out from them, how did that happen? Suddenly they became good at something more than what they were doing. And their boss and boss's boss started noticing. And before giving them a promotion, would give them those responsibilities. And when they engage and do those responsibilities, they become a better person. They become more able. That's how evolution happens. There's capabilities. It leads to new life outcomes. New life outcomes gives you new experiences, and with experiences you evolve, and that's how we time compress. So the real science of it is what's the relationship between every set of capabilities and how people evolve. And so it's like everything has to come together, and that's evolution.